we're on the trip, and everything's been going decently well. Having some issues out of the car that I'm not particularly happy with, and we can talk about that. Our navigation, when we navigate somewhere, like, well, it's kind of hard to say here because we're already here for the day, but let's say, we go over here to Colorado, which is our next stop. Say we're going to go to here. If we navigate to Colorado, the car is giving weird numbers. So it wants me to go to Colby, Kansas to charge. And then obviously it says we're going to get there with 18%. Let's see, can I remove charging stops? Let's do that. We're probably pretty far away at this point that it's not going to give me an estimate down here. But the estimates have been way off. For example, when we came here, where we are now, we drove, it was like 107 miles between the charger. And it said that we would arrive here at 25%. And as we unplugged and started driving, it started rapidly dropping. And about halfway here, it said we were going to get here at 8%. And I'm like, wow, like what the crap? Now I understand there are variables that make it, change and go up and go down. So like, I get it. It's not 100% all the time, and there are variables that will change it. But no, that there's a problem. And it was doing it in the other direction, where it would say, oh, we will only get there with 10%. I would unplug, start driving. We'd end up getting here with like 30%. And what I did to try to correct that is I brought the battery down to about 5%, and then I just top charged the car to 80%. And that seemed to work for a little while. But today it started doing it again. And I think what I really need to do is try to charge it to 100% and just see, is that going to do it? Is that going to fix the problem, or is this car going to continue to give me problems? I don't know. I didn't get a whole lot of video, but I will throw it in. The first and foremost thing we need to talk about is Nashville. Oh, and by the way, I finally got some decent speed. I'm not at a supercharger. I wanted to try this because we were going to go in Walmart for a few minutes. But the trip did not start off great. Nashville was not great. It was horrible roads, tons of traffic. The hotel we stayed at was right in the middle of the city. They did not disclose to us until we got there that parking would be $32 a night. So that was a bit insane. And the roads are very, very tight. So, satellite radio, which didn't work either, by the way, but that's a different story. So we're there for the first night, and we try to go get something to eat, and we find that we have to pay $30 to park at Pizza Hut's parking lot. And we're like, never mind. Let's go back to the hotel. We'll walk, we'll DoorDash, we'll do something else. On our way back to the hotel, we're met with a car coming the opposite direction down a one-way, and I dove to the right to avoid them and damaged both of my wheels. This one not so bad, just a little here, but it's noticeable. I think this is probably something they can fix, sand it out and it's good to go. The front one did not fare so well. And this is horrible. From here all the way to here, and yeah, a mess. So Nashville wasn't so great. We didn't explore Nashville. We didn't do anything in Nashville. We ate, we slept, and we left. And luckily the rest of the trip has been better than that. But we're on day 4, so it's time to get a video up and show you guys, what we've done so far. So far, not a whole lot. We're right here in the middle of Colby, Kansas. There's a few things that we could have seen, the Gateway Arch. This charger doesn't work at all, by the way, so we've seen the Gateway Arch. We took some pictures, but the real exploring begins in the next couple weeks. So yeah. next couple of days, rather. So I'm going to leave the car and go in Walmart now. The one thing we did do in Nashville is visit the Dukes of Hazzard Museum, which here are some pictures of that. And that's about all we did in Nashville. While we did get some video, a lot of it has music in the background, so I'll just have to mute it. So I've got some copyright-free music that I'll put over some of these videos. But while I'm here, you'll notice the satellite radio mounted to the windshield in this video. And it was very intermittent. It worked, then it didn't work, then it worked, then it didn't work. Basically, the way it worked, or didn't work, it's Bluetooth. So it Bluetooth connects to the car. For whatever reason, it would stop connecting to the car, and then you couldn't hear anything, and then you had to go through basically factory reset the radio, reconnect it to the car. It would work until you get to the next supercharger, and when you get out or open the door, the Bluetooth turns off, and then now it doesn't work anymore. You got to factory reset, repair. Among factory resetting, repairing, I got annoyed with it and said, forget it, I'm just not going to use it anymore. And then I didn't use it for a day, and then I was like, you know what, I'll just do it one more time. And so I factory resetted it, and I linked it to the car, and it worked. No problems at all. So who knows, it's currently working, so we're currently using it. But this is just video clips we grabbed while going through Kentucky.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Counting like the 4-leaf clovers in my locket.
Just me doing what I do best. Letting the car drive.
Tight laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
This one I'm going to leave normal speed without speeding up because this is the Gateway Arch in St. Louis. One of the things that we wanted to see along the trip, and we just grabbed a video of it because traffic was so bad we decided not to go to it. We just grabbed one as we drove by.
Funny story, somewhere along the lines here, when we crossed over into Kansas, we hit a toll road. And I learned that day that not all states accept Easy Pass. And I had to pay $20 because I quote unquote ran the toll. So that was cool. Also wanted to mention that on this day in Kansas, we stopped and we just let the car charge 98% on a supercharger. It took forever, but we wanted to top the battery off and give it the chance to recalibrate the BMS. And it finally is estimating my next charge stops right. So I think we've got that figured out too. Up until this point, the trip has been flat land and nothing to see. So what video we grabbed was just us driving, and we felt like we could do better. So this is the first real Explore Day in Colorado. We grabbed a bunch of pictures, both with the iPhone and with my SLR camera. So you may notice some quality difference between different photos here. But at some point here, we actually discovered live photos, and rather than just doing still shots, you'll see little video clips of the photo, whatever, the photos we took. This concludes the first part of our trip video. We're ending here in Glenwood Springs, Colorado, and I chose a hotel that had a supercharger in the parking lot. Super convenient. But I wanted to include something I felt like was useful, so the Colorado footage was way better than what I had so far, so I added an extra day to this. My intention was to do videos every 3 days, and so I'm going to try to stick to that, but this concludes our first part of our trip video.